Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hi-Res Expo 2017, presented by Twitch Prime. I'm Golden Boy here. We have a thrilling day of competition for you. 2 best-of-5s lined up. It's going to be a barn burner, folks. First up, we have Team Eager facing off against Obey. And then you thought it was good. Oh, no. The EU-NA doubleheader continues, because after that, we have NRG versus Luminosity Gaming. It's going to be some great matches.
You can just feel the aura and energy inside the arena, and it's absolutely incredible. I'm excited.
Yeah.
The crowd's going wild already. We haven't even started. What a great first game we've got. I'm pumped.
We have a good matchup in front of us, guys. I mean, Team Eager coming in as the first seed for North America. But honestly, and as much as I like Eager, you cannot ignore Obey. This team shocked everyone with some dominating performance. And SunTouch, I want to get your opinion on this. You're familiar with this Obey roster.
Yeah.
What is it about this team that makes them so deadly?
It's their synergy. They're just a unit. They're not known for their mechanical skill. You don't think of those players as in their roles as, oh my god, this is the top player in that role. But when you put all 5 together, they play lights out. Incredible team fighting.
And it is time, folks. Picks and bans have begun. Obey, Eager, the NAEU doubleheader starts now, and Ra is off the table right away.
Yeah, and I think one thing we would want to kind of see focused on is what items do these guys pick up.
Anubis!
Anubis.
No one saw this coming at the World Championship. First game
China's
of the
not
day.
on the stage, right? Like, I don't.
This is crazy.
Shout out to China.
Shout out to China. Oh my
This is
God.
an Anubis.
This is game 1.
This is happening.
This is so unbelievable. All right, guys, let's just get the quick. Who you got?
EU, baby.
Oh my God.
NA all day with that Anubis.
You know what? I'm going to give my opinion too. Team Eager, let's go. I'm wearing blue for Eager, guys. Let's go ahead. Send it over to our casters to kick off our first game of the day. Over to you guys.
Thanks so much, Golden Boy. What? Game 1 of the semi-finals, and you're gonna draft Anubis, Kabrakan, and Ull? Look, we all know Eager's weird and picks weird things, but game 1, Anubis, they're not even waiting to pull it out. I don't know what I expected. We should have expected this from Eager.
So it looks like Eager came into this knowing exactly what was going to be planned.
No surprise there. I mean, Eager, they're the intellectual team. They know what they want to do. You can see how many different strategies they have. I'm just very surprised they went to a pocket strategy this early on. This tells me that they've still got 1 or 2 more waiting.
Start of the game, though, early wards placed down by both teams. Just keep an eye on your map about what's going to happen here. We're going to group it on the left-hand side from Eager. 4 members strong right now, potentially looking for the invade onto the red buff on this side. And it looks like Obey have sniffed that out a little bit.
But so is Divios. He's going on to his right-hand side. He's got the Wrath. Looks like he's going to steal this away with his own. On the left-hand side, it's Zapman soloing the boars, while the rest of Eager steal the red buff. And where are they going?
They're going between the 2 towers in mid, and they're going to proxy farm the wave. And Pretty Prime's like, guys, there is 3 men running between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Now Devios joins them too, and they're going to steal the speed as well.
Unbelievable. So the Anubis pick makes sense right now because there's no mage with better level 1 clear than Anubis. So you can see that's exactly why they drafted this. Eager coming in prepared.
There's a Kabrakan on that left-hand side that's been there a long time. And with Zapman going in now, Ataraxia's in trouble. And Eager will get first blood in this semi-final.
That's the danger. You have the extra movement speed, but it doesn't matter. Just too low health. Not only do you get the first blood, but the purification as well. Now Ataraxia has to play passively for the next 2.5 minutes.
Just you can't get out of, you can't sat there. Yeah, you can't go forward. Yeah, it's so rough.
Hello, hello, hello. Eager's doing a Gold Fury. Was there a Gold Fury there? Not for long, there wasn't. Only for about 4 minutes and 20 seconds, because as soon as it got started up, it gets melted and so much objective control.
It is a big composition from Eager. Hold that fort, a pull on the road does hit, but round the right-hand side, Devios has turned up with a blessing, and Eager may try and turn this one round. The walls are down, and DJ's got Panda pinned. The Kraken hits 3. Not a whole lot of damage, however, and the Raw's looking for a big taunt there, but they're being pushed back. The laser ultimate from the Anubis comes out, but Variety turns up Brig. The law is here, and one kill the way of Obey.
The shell was beautiful from DJ Pernicus, but it just didn't last long enough. You have the shell, you can take one 3-man Kraken, but how about a 4-man Sylvanas? Just way too much grouping there from Eager. Teleport in from Variety, but he doesn't have the Wrath. He's got the Blink. It's going to be a fight. Aurora coming in with the Blink, but a huge knock-up.
Kraken as well, onto 3 targets. Eager still stand, however. The heals are really important for the Lawbringer and Ataraxia. The laser ultimate from the best is not good enough, and Obey gets 2 kills for no deaths.
Not just, again, too much grouping for Eager. Now Gold Fury started up by Obey after picking off 2 DJ Pernicus and Best. Only Zapman is here full health.
No Wraths available for the boys of Eager to stop this now, and that pull from Pandalite will slow them down, but Zapman is here, and he's trying to push them down full health. Zap may get one in response. The Gold Fury's gone, but Obey still stands, and Aurora's gonna fall instead.
No way, Zapman still running for his life, gets slowed out by Ataraxia. Variety not letting Divios go quite yet, gonna give up the chase and knock down that obelisk. That looks like some Season 1 Zapman there, jumping into 4 people. So going back to that Gold Fury engagement, it was again Eager grouping up a little bit too much. Oh, Zapman in trouble on the left-hand side.
He's gonna run for his life. Ataraxia's gonna pick him up, but he might be in trouble instead. Scratch that, the boys of Eager, they want the tree instead, but the tree, it moves a little bit quicker than you'd expect.
Knocking down this Tier 1 tower, Obey looking very, very strong here early on.
Now we're gonna find the left-hand side. Great play from Aurora, the best trying to follow up, but the best was a little bit late to try and join in there. Not sure he expected that much of a combination from Aurora.
But Aurora was able to get both relics out from that. Divio's getting eaten by the Kraken, completely destroyed by Pretty Prime.
And over here still Captain Twig, banish onto Cabrakan. DJ pushed into the pit where the ball spawned, and the Whirlpool will claim another life. Pretty Prime with a double kill. Obey 7-1.
Uh-oh, Best stuck in the tower, though Aurora and Zapman have come to support. Grouping from a Variety on the backside, missed the Blink Fearless, but Best taking so much damage already.
And the Best will fall to Variety as well, but Zapman and Aurora are getting him low, and Zap will get 1 life. Back to the tower he goes, tries to pick his opportunity. Gotta respect the Fearless from Variety, but support Aurora as well. He wants Ataraxia, but Variety's still here. Pandalite too. Zapman doesn't care though. Zapman's at Worlds, and he's trying to make this work for his team right now.
It's the duo lane from Eager, just brawling in the jungle. Zapman finds 2. Aurora's gonna pick up Variety as well.
And the crowd explodes. Pretty Prime leaps away with his tail between his legs. And now Eager have a chance to get some potential towers back themselves, or maybe strip some jungle.
Zapman is just putting the team on his back right now. This is his time, his first semifinals ever at Worlds. He's 4-1-1, been a part of every kill from Eager.
As well as the Gold Fury is available.
This next Gold Fury is going to be key. Captain Twig jumping in onto Aurora. Pull onto Zapman though.
And the route is good too, but the Best has to deal with Twig in his face. Great talk from Aurora to keep his team alive for now, but the Kraken removes Aurora from the map.
Zapman's gonna fall as well. Ataraxia able to pick him up. Obey gonna have to punch through these walls from Cabrakan, but 2 kills already.
It looks like Obey have been able to just play around it for the most part.
Very much so. Now Aurora in a ton of trouble. Kraken comes out immediately into the pull from Pandalite.
And then another ultimate on top of that, but still the turtle will stand for now, drawing a lot of attention until Variety's Fearless will clean up the support player for Eager.
2 ultimates used, but that's a ton of pressure. Aurora down for 30 seconds. Tier 2 tower being looked at. The problem is that Obey doesn't have a physical hunter. They don't have that tower pusher. They need to get at least 1 more pick if they want this tower.
They do have Frey and Poseidon though for the auto attack.
Around the back comes Twig right now. 4-man ultimate from him, and already Divios is dead. Next on the list, the Fearless from Variety removes Zapman's purification as the Best falls to Prime again. Next on the list is DJ Pernicus, and Variety still looking at Zapman once more.
Sanctuary used, 1 last shot immune as he's gonna get out. Now Ataraxia boxing Aurora in the Titan room. Variety tagging this Phoenix up for his hunter. I don't think he's gonna be able to save his life though.
Oh, I think they both went too deep here, but the boys of Eager gotta be careful, because here comes Captain Twig again, and Pandalike as well.
Oh, Zapman just able to jump out, has the wisp, but not gonna be able to fall. Just able to save the life, but the Tier 2 tower, meanwhile, falls down in the middle lane as well as about half health on that middle Phoenix, it's Obey just playing so well as a team. This lead for Obey is going to get even bigger as soon as a couple players from Obey do ding that level 20. Path to victory passive will be complete for Nike, and so Obey's gonna get even stronger.
Panda's looking for a pull, not gonna find it that time, but Twig still round the back here, goes into 3. Also as well, asks the question from Zatman, but right now, it's Obey with all the answers. Ataraxian's prayer is just pumping out the pulse damage as Krakens connect time and time again. Eager are forced back to their own base.
Eager just has no answer. Aurora gonna be the next to fall. Pretty Prime picks up his 6th kill of the game already. Obey just running through Eager right now.
Both these teams formed at the start of this year. 2 players on these teams, actually, the Hunters, both came here last year as analysts and commentators to bring us their thoughts. And from that, they built these teams and are now finding themselves on the verge of the finals. But right now it's Obey with the advantage here. And only Phoenix is remaining. Still in the mid lane is Variety. A Banish comes out very early on as Twig goes to the back line again. The taunt from Aurora only hits Panda-like, but the Kraken from Prime hits 3. Still alive, however, is Aurora escaping with his life. The Phoenix is only at half.
Again, the tower damage just isn't there from Obey. Eager's holding for now. Nice 2-man stun there from Divios, but he's caught in the whirlpool.
And Divios is going to get leapt on by Twig again. But the best is there this time. Not enough to kill Twig as DJ does fall.
As does the left-hand Phoenix. 5 members still healthy. Obey thought about the Titan, it looks like. Then they got a little bit smarter going for the middle.
All over the wall from Panda-like. Did onto the best, gonna force that Sanctuary. Middle Phoenix falls down. And once again, Obey go back in. Ataraxia is having a great game right now as the best has fallen as well.
So much damage from Ataraxia there. Divios falls, Aurora falls as well. Obey coming up big in game 1, looking dominant against the North American Eagle.
Europe will claim first blood in the semi-finals, but it's only 1 game, boys and girls. You gotta win a marathon first of all.
Thank you so much, guys. Wow, what a game 1 to kick things off here. I mean, the draft was the hypest thing I've ever seen. This crowd was electric through and through. People were losing their mind when Anubis was picked up there by the best played in the mid position. It paid off for them in the beginning. They were able to secure an early Gold Fury, and things were just looking really good for them. From there, though, it really just snowballed. They really needed to just get at them early on, Obey, and they did just that. They brought the pressure early in this game.
And I do think maybe like the North American scene might be undervaluing this Nike pick. We've seen a lot of Nike, and it is 5-0 now. I'm starting to get worried.
But I'm happy to see this Nike band coming out on the side of Eager. Twig has been having way too much fun on that god and way too much success. They might as well go ahead and take it away. To the point where it's going to be incredibly difficult for Eager to go ahead and match up with these team fights should Obey choose the early group and try and siege the game from early on.
And we see the final pick of Bastet here. Will Obey be able to handle that devastating DJ Panica split push with the teleport?
All right, guys, real quick. Does Obey go up 2-0?
I think Obey might go up 2-0 here.
Oof.
This is just an EU 3-0, let's be honest.
Ooh, oh my goodness, some spice over here at the Analyst desk. Casters, it's time for game number 2. Over to you.
Against Ataraxia, who's known as one of the most passive players in lane, going for that early Ichval might not pay off as much.
Oh, Paul in mid lane on the best does connect, and he's actually going to force his ultimate out of the best there. Round the back, Captain Twig is trading with Zatman, and Twig is losing that trade for all intents and purposes. But now DJ Pernicus is surrounded. Will leap over the wall with a pounce as an ultimate comes out from Sylvanas into the skies. Variety, and he'll clean up the cap. First blood, the way of Obey.
Variety using that global ultimate to pick up that first blood. DJ just so far behind in the jungle right now. Only level 6, a 4-level differential between the 2 assassins.
Well, what I expected out of Eager here is they control the jungle with an Anher and a Giannis early, and I expected early Gold Furies, and mentioning that, that's what Eager were looking for right now. But Obey recognized it, Panda-like did, but Panda-like's gonna fall. Didn't realize he was there all alone, but maybe DJ's in trouble now because he's got no pounce.
Pounces down, nowhere to go for the jungler. Ataraxia able to pick him up 1 for 1, and that's in favor of Obey, the jungler for the support. But that being said, the support for Obey is worth more gold than DJ is at this point.
And that teleport as well, and Variety's the reason that he managed to get first blood onto DJ in this game. Gold Fury being looked at right now, Aurora knocked up, but tanky enough. Cavalry charge comes out in good pace there as Twig falls through a portal. Eager just looking to sit back mainly, but Variety's not looking that way at all.
Finds the stun directly into the Vulcan ultimate. Pretty Prime from a distance picks up Aurora.
That was a hot and spicy rotation from Variety, the Scouser from England, and now Obey will look at the Gold Fury, and the Gold Fury drops as quick as it did in game 1 when Eager took it that time.
DJ takes the portal into trouble. He's getting very low, able to escape just barely. Captain Twig on the front-hand side looking for Best, able to just escape. Ataraxia almost fell to the cats as well.
And that's going to force the shell out of Panda-like.
Panda-like was just trying to get that ultimate out from Aurora, I feel like, and wasn't able to do so. Very patient from Aurora, knowing exactly how much
Obey's coming. There's 2 members in the jungle on the way over, and I don't think Eager saw it coming now, but Aurora has. He's got on the horse. Theo Vulcanal is good, and Devios is no more. Next on the list, they could look to Aurora, but now Eager are back here too.
Now Aurora still in trouble, like you mentioned. Panda-like able to find him. Cats going hard on to Captain Twig, but he's tossing him down with those auto attacks. Variety dashes forward. The pullback for Panda-like. Goodbye, DJ Perdican.
And goodbye, Tier 1 tower as well. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Ataraxia rotated round, pushed that in, so Zap couldn't come over, and now they can even look for a Tier 2.
Eager's just on the back foot the entire set. They haven't been on the aggressive since the first wave of game 1 by proxy in between the
Batman
towers.
versus the world at Worlds right now, and that world is Obey. The Impale hits Twig, but now he's got to be careful. He's drawing them in, though, because there's teleports there from Devios. Zatman, good Desert Fury from him as well. The Meatball's going to get absorbed by the Sanctuary, and now the reinforcements for Eager are back here.
Ataraxia in a ton of trouble still, but still has the airstrike. Not in time, though. Zatman finds it with the Impale.
And while they're doing the speed buff, Variety's trying to keep them all busy, and one backfire from Prime says, goodbye, Zap, we knew thee well.
Aurora up onto the horse, looking at Twig. DJ's here as well, but only level 10, still has enough damage. Jungler for jungler.
But Variety's in the sky again, and he wants a bit more Devios this time round. Not going to be able to find it and force a retreat for DJ Pernicus. The rat's going to find the kitty cats, and now it's the rat that's in trouble.
But the 2 missed from DJ. The stun's going to find home, though. Through space and time, the dash in time. Variety can't heal. Oh,
He just hit off from downtown as well. Prime makes it at least a 1-for-1.
And then he just backed. But the 2 we've been talking about, Pretty Prime and Variety in the solo lane. Look at the player damage charts. It's those 2. Pretty Prime has had an
Panda-like to be in trouble with that Impale, though. The team's going to watch himself. The cavalry charges go for the pimp from Captain Twig. And now Variety hits 3 on the back with a rattle. Now they're all grouped on the Best, who was trying to get involved. And the Best is looking for the kill on Panda-like. And meanwhile, Panda-like's taunted in his face.
There it is, Earthshaker, not quite enough damage to kill Zapman though. Twig on the chase, still wanting to go, but he catches the dash from Divios, uses the walls, immune to the knockup, stuns out Captain Twig, but again, it's Panda-like being the bait for Obey. So tanky right now.
Eager, 3 men groups up here, and now with Devios and Zap from the wings coming in, but Captain Twig, he's got his eyes on Zap, making sure he ain't gonna get involved here.
Eager just can't do anything about this. Variety dashes forward, zoning away everyone. Shell is popped by Panda-like. Look at him, looking for the Vulcan
as well. He's gonna hit Devios, but only for half his health this time. Only half the health to the Guardian, it's okay. Meanwhile, left-hand side, Zapman once again having to take on Twig and Variety this time. He's forced back under the tower.
Now Variety in trouble in the jungle, completely surrounded, deleted by DJ. That's a big kill for DJ.
Time, here we go, Eager's back in it, and they're looking towards Pretty Prime. He's running for his life, but that pillar has blocked him in place. Sanctuary to absorb some damage. Still Aurora's trying to chase him. The cats are already dead. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. Zapman's still alive tonight.
No more portal, not alive for very long. Zapman's sleeping now. Captain Twig able to put him down.
And the Best almost for his life
Prime.
And Ataraxia will clean that up. He's 11-5 and Eager. They're trying to fight back into this every time here.
This is just so shocking to me how Obey have come out absolutely swinging at Eager. I mean, most people thought that Eager was a favorite to come in and win this year at Worlds.
These two teams are so close on paper when you think about the history of where they came from this year. Obey started the year at the bottom for the most part. They made 1 roster change to the support, and since then, they've looked fantastic. They've beaten even you guys, you know, getting to Worlds here this time around Fumble. That wasn't expected. This team has been put together from Captain Twig. He was rated as being bad in the jungle. He was a weak link. He needed off. Variety, he was the worst solo laner in the world, right? And all of a sudden, they get put on the same team, and what happens? They may be going to the finals. double wall coming out there from Devios hitting onto 2. But Ataraxia gives as good as he gets. The Phoenix is now at half health.
And here comes the engagement. Sprint pops Aurora onto Ataraxia, forces the Purification. Variety up into the sky. Earthshaker coming down, not going to find a target.
But it does force Eager back, and that allows Obey into the base. They will take the Phoenix, and still Twig is cleaning the house on the backside, forcing the cat back. And the ultimate down 2. 2 Phoenixes, and over to the right-hand side, go Obey.
So disciplined there from Captain Twig. DJ was 1 HP, lets him go right away, just sticking with the team.
Oh, over the wall comes DJ. Ataraxia in a bit of trouble there. The Sanctuary keeps him alive. Zap was nearly trying to clean that up space and time, doesn't find a home either. So still, Ataraxia alive, and now the bet. So DJ will fall as well.
Just so much body blocking. Look at the damage coming out there from the spicy meatball from Pretty Prime. This right-hand Phoenix not going to stand for much longer. Obey looking absolutely dominant.
And they're looking to push in. The minions in mid lane are fire minions now. They want the Titan. They would love kills as well if they could get it. But right now, Obey are looking to put themselves just one game away from a final. One game away from facing either Energy or Luminosity. Europe could have 2 finalists. And Eager could be going home.
Unbelievable start to this series. I think Eager probably expected that maybe their first composition wouldn't work, and then they'll say, okay, let's go to our second composition, everything will be fine. Well, everything is not fine if you're on Eager right now. Obey has all the momentum in the world.
Guys, Obey's up 2-0. This is a squad that pretty much everyone wrote out in this competition, but yet here they are, and they might be going to the finals at the pace they're moving at, Taco.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's writing them off anymore. Obey isn't necessarily a team where you're not going to think of any of these players individually as being like top mechanically skilled players or just like dominant forces. But once they come together, their synergy is just what makes them such an incredible threat. And I think that Eager is really struggling trying to deal with this.
See it time and time again. The start of the game's fine for Team Eager. But as we kind of go into that mid game and we see Variety rotate, and as soon as they become 5 people, it's lights out for Eager. They just cannot handle the 5v5 synergy.
One thing that they did not change from game 1 to 2 was Divios on the Terra in solo. I just don't see that playing out the way that they thought it would, and certainly not against Variety with the way that he's playing lights out here.
Terra's a pick where it's always been really valued in the side of NA. I feel almost as though Eager in that second game kind of continued to play against themselves. He's not going to be able to get any sort of pressure, and I think that it's causing Pern to really struggle in this sets because it's so difficult as a jungler to try and have any sort of map pressure when your solo laner is just losing the lane the entire time and getting invaded and everything like that, because it's in the back of his mind, that threat and that worry, but he can't really do anything about it.
Let's get some more comfortable picks and let's play the Team Eager play style that they're so well known for. We've got to give credit to Panda-like or Mana-like or Frezzy, whatever he's going by these days, for his just incredible play. Both sets, Sylvanas pulls, time and time again. This is the best I've ever seen him play.
To take away the Soul and the Chronos, because I think Soul and Chronos are actually a lot harder to deal with when you're playing Jingwei.
And your worst nightmare, being hovered here. The Anubis coming out the best possibly. And it's locked in.
It's locked
they
in.
have a strategy and they want to employ it.
That's a pretty scary draft.
Obey have some of their favorite characters. If you had to say their top 2 characters, they've got one of them. And this is very scary for Team Eager.
Last time Tyr was on the field, it destroyed. Absolutely shredded Eager. This is concerning, guys. This is it. Do or die for Team Eager for North America's first seed. I already know who you got, so I'm not even going to talk to you. Taco, who do you have?
Half of NA's hopes are lying on the back of Best Anubis. I want to see Eager pick up one, though.
I agree. I want to see at least one game from Eager so we can have some more of this awesome action at the Smite World Championship. Guys, hope you're hyped up. Let's get ready. Game 3 underway, and let's send it over to our casters.
Eager's tournament life, and I'm going to do exactly what the crowd did, right? Because the crowd went, Anubis? And then they cheered, right, when it was locked in. But your tournament life is on the line, and you draft Anubis.
You know what? This doesn't surprise me, though, because Eager consistently throughout the season has been the master of the salty run back. They get crushed with something, and they say, okay, let's just do it again. It wasn't the composition. There's no way it could be the composition or the god. It was the execution. I mean, you have to have so much confidence in your mid laner to pick them Anubis in a win or go home situation.
We may be seeing the same sort of thing from Eager here, because there's 4 members on the left-hand side of the map once more. There's a Hog available, so Raph, I should say, available for Devios. And meanwhile, you can see the Tier on the side of Variety has picked up a teleport here, and Devios is actually fighting 3 on the right-hand side. As the left-hand side, there's 2 currently trading against the might of Eager.
Devios just trying to dissuade them from taking both buffs, but he's not going to be able to do that even with his Wrath. Aurora taking a lot of damage here on this side, but able to heal up thanks to that passive from Watchers.
Prime did good work to punish them for that rotation through there, but it won't stop them at all from going for the speed buff now. Prime will get solo experience in mid.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do to stop that. He has no teammates around him just yet. And Prime did really well there. He got the poke onto the Anubis, but he's also getting all 6 creeps in terms of XP.
And now with them only getting the speed buff there, Eager have to fall back to their own half of the map. Devios down below, half out, forced to Wrath, and the Wrath saved his life there. The solo laner will only just stay alive for now.
A little bit more on this right-hand side. Variety still just pushing Devios under tower. You can see the XP per minute. You could Devios at the very bottom of Eager, Variety at the very top of Obey.
But Aurora's trying to stop the invade from happening. It won't happen this time though. Twix steals it away. But Pandalike is out of position, and Pandalike takes a tumble for first blood, and that's what Eager needed. The high fives in the crowd there as well.
You need that sustain in the lane. You can see Freya not going to go for that lifesteal build early on, going straight for that Fatalis. Oh, Captain Twig taking a lot of
around pretty well then, I must say, with that tower shot as well. And now it's Pandalike in an awkward spot again. Early on, Twig in the sky, they're going to come down and actually hit a roar, and a fantastic ult from Prime, but it's not enough to stop him. Variety was getting very low. Oh, he cancelled his ult. Was he out of range? Is that the problem? Or was he waiting to feed Zap, man? He waited to feed Zap, and Zap ate it up.
Best needs to be quicker on that ultimate next time. Variety was locked in place for so long, but because of the rotation from Zapman, no harm, no foul, basically. Eager is still able to pick up the solo laner.
This is what you needed if you're an Eager fan right now. You needed this game to get off to a good start. You needed those early kills, especially onto Variety. Get the best of kills, get Zapman a kill. It's so important.
Being 2 games down is really rough to come back to. And I feel like Eager need this motivation where they got the 2 kills early game.
Well, Mummified from Best misses, and now he's in a bit of trouble because he's still alone here. Turns tails, does some damage to avoid the Fearless, but the Fearless was being held by Variety. He'll pick up the best. Still, the ultimate from Pandalike will allow Captain Twig to escape via the mid lane, even though Zap is still chasing, and Panda is out of mana.
He's got nowhere to go right now. Trembled, but Variety over the top. 2-man taunt. Pandalike so low. Zapman looking for the arrows.
Not enough jukes though, and in the end, DJ slams the walls together, and Pandalike falls down again. Obey, they picked up 1 kill there, but Eager quickly answered back.
I mean, clearly it's important. They need it in the middle lane. Now Captain Twig up in the air looking for Aurora. This time the snipe finds
and the pull straight afterwards. Aurora won't get away. Oh, Pandalike with the spicy Wrath there as well. Just a 100% guarantee there was no turtle form coming out there. Over towards the Gold Fury, go Obey, cleaning up the wards and looking to get some attention from Aurora. And there comes DJ as well.
Aurora gonna get walled off there actually by DJ. DJ fighting on the front side.
And DJ may go down here very soon. Rat still up, Rat comes down. DJ falls the best. Tries some great hot breath to try and pick up a kill, but instead it's Prime who takes him out. Over the wall goes Ataraxo, goes Zapman trying to get away. As now Aurora surrounded, the turtle will get him back to a tier 2, but Obey are winning this fight in spades.
Devios just nowhere to go. He's doing his best, dashes out towards the red buff, actually is going to be able to escape, but again, Obey win the fight, and here's where that sustain comes into play yet again.
And now the Gold Fury exposed, and there's not a whole lot Eager can do about it. You saw Zapman disengage with an airstrike there as well, so he's not even got that to try and sneakily steal this away. 5,000 experience, and now it's about 4,500 gold.
This is what Eager needs. Something to go their way for once. That time, Pretty Prime a little bit off the mark with that ultimate, and it opens up this invade on the right-hand side.
It's good, the wrap is good, the Fearless is better though, but the laser beam will help secure the kill. Twig though answers back onto Aurora, and with a quick escape falls to the back. Zapman holding off foot 3 on his own there on the side of Obey. 1-for-1 trade. Solo for support.
That still feels like he's not as comfortable on the Anubis. You've seen him still miss a few wraps. I don't know if that's because...
Lawbringer and right in the sky looking at Devios. He's lurking in the waters, extra protections. And with a shell too, he might be able to stay a little bit longer. Great wall from DJ. And this time Best shows he can play Anubis as the hot breath comes through. Eager get 2, make that 3. Pernicus with a double kill and Eager with a chance to come back.
You should just burst this Kefri down. I think so too.
Good try.
They're going to me now.
I read it.
I'm watching. Stop jump, he's not jump. I'm waiting. Two in the back. I'm dead. Friz, free casting. We need to go Friz. Free casting.
I don't have a shell.
Friz going in. I'm killing her. I still have blink. There's beats. They're healing. Careful.
Okay, careful.
I'm dead. Oh, nice knock up. Rat in the back. I'm backing. You guys need to get out. I'm up for 20.
I'm back.
They're gonna whoop me.
Might be they're gonna do it.
What a crazy fight between the two teams, but it's Eager that are on the defensive now, and DJ's running. Quad Acorn hits. The spin to win is there from Twig and Obey. Well, they trade 2-for-1 overall in that engagement, but you saw it was Eager. They were really looking to go back, and if they could.
And that's the pressure that Raw puts on you. You feel like you have to do something.
You gotta
sit there and watch. They're just going to be so healthy, you're not going to be able to fight back into it.
Aurora eats some econs, and Aurora's going to eat some pulses from Ataraxia. And the damage is good, but Zapman dashing in. Once he sees Raw, though, and the Kepri, he changes his mind. Well, the jungle right now is all red on this left-hand side as well. The war control is all in favor of Obey. They're trying to sneak a Gold Fury right now, but Eager are aware. Twig to the sky, gonna look for an option. He's gonna look towards Aurora, doesn't find a home. But Variety came from the back, and the focus is onto Aurora. The snipe doesn't hit, but they didn't need it anyway. Meanwhile, Panda Light's doing a dance with 3 members of Eager, and he's gonna stay alive too. Meanwhile, goodbye Best. We'll see you next week.
Captain Twig so low right now, able to escape stage right. Divios finds Panda-like on the backside. DJ Pernicus looking for Variety. Lawbringer over the top, but Zap, he's looking for him still.
They're gonna chase the blink. He's good, but the blinking response is better. Variety gets away, but Eager, they've got an opportunity at the Gold Fury here. Only Prime around the area, but they know it's Prime, and he could come up big, so they have to force it to reset. This is the Raw now, isn't it? He's coming into play time and time again, just being able to sustain them back up, where Eager, they've got to fall back to base one at a time. DJ's back, Devios is back though, on full health, and Devios being looked at straight away, but the amount of peel he's got is great. Aurora, meanwhile, he gets looked at next. Ataraxia is pulsing into him. Ataraxia's in trouble, but he's going to get out the back until Zapman takes his life, and Zapman's looking for another. Devios will take that. Eager gets 2.
Twig stunned in place. Variety sitting up.
3.
Zapman able to pick him up. Twig comes crashing down, but he's gonna fall as well. Best picks up the jungler.
4 members of Obey are dead. The Gold Fury will surely follow next. What a great fight from Eager. Looking for that lucky opportunity, and there's a blink now on DJ. DJ surrounded, the chain is good. The abduct silence.
There it is.
Beautiful, elegant, and now it's a 4v5.
Twig can't quite catch the slippery crocodile. Divios able to escape from that ultimate from Captain Twig.
That was like a masterpiece, that the way they all chained the CC together one after the other to make sure he couldn't even move.
DJ Pernicus got picked there. He didn't know the entire team of Obey was there in that position, and now they're going to bait the Fire Giant and look for a fight.
Well, I tell you what, Eager know where they are right now at the Fire Giant, but Devios gets a good block off, and the block was big. Drive is down. Best gets initiated on by Variety, but he's going to turn tail the moment his healer's gone. Panda Light's out of the fight. Variety back into it, and Variety's going to die here. No, the big time ultimate from Panda Light, but Zapman's not done, I don't think. He was looking for a little bit more.
That man doesn't care who he's attacking. He just wants to attack someone. Fire Giant the only one close enough, so that's going to be the call.
Let's have a listen to Eager as they look at the Fire Giant right now.
You're just killing me. We can't do that.
Just get out. I'm coming.
Nice. Best
Obey, steal the Fire Giant. Aurora claims a life. The best is down to Variety, but the Fire Giant is on the side of Obey. We thought it was free aggro. We expected to see Eager. Happy days, not really, because Obey, they get it, and they start to clean them up.
Ataraxia coming up huge for Obey, exactly when you want your late game hunter to make the impact. He just goes tearing through Eager, no response. No one even looks at him. He's killing Divios, he's asking for help, but the rest of Eager is still staring at the Fire Giant.
This game has been a seesaw battle right now. Then game 3 in the semi-finals. It was Obey, it was Eager, it was Obey, but right now, the Fire Giant going to Obey. Back in control they go once more, but they're not going to try and force it down without Ra as well.
And then give him some extra movement speed and health, which he desperately needs.
Oh, Devios may have got caught out of position there in the jungle a little bit. Going to get pulled into danger, forced to ult as the Smite from Prime hits home. And Obey, they get a small little window of a win there. They did trade ult for ult, however.
Divios' ult being down is more important than the snipe being down because Ra has that, doesn't have any cooldown, but he's really there for the healing.
Obey are looking to fight. They're going to banish Zapman. Zapman not going to panic though, and just agility away to safety, but Variety straight to him. And Variety's getting beat down because the best was there too. Variety forced the law, bring it to the back as the boys of Eager, comfortably enough, going to pluck Ataraxia into danger. Ataraxia now surrounded, Twig in the sky, hovering, waiting, to the backside he goes, and he cleans up Zapman. Captain Twig and the Rats come up big for Obey.
So patient there from Captain Twig, just waiting and waiting until Zapman comes a little bit too close. No relics left for Zap. He had the ult. It didn't matter.
Well, we saw a team a minute ago do a Fire Giant, then it go as expected, and I think Obey are recognizing that too. They're grouped up as a 5 again, looking to pick a potential one more member of Eager. They get the tier 2 though here from Ball, but meanwhile DJ was going to go for the Phoenix, but now it's giving Obey a chance to start the Phoenix up early. The fight is underway, and juggled up and down right now is Aurora, and he's going to fall down to Pandalite of all people.
Twig gonna find 3 with the knock-up. Ataraxia finds best. Variety still taking up that Phoenix.
Zapman's back though, and Zapman has that passive on Jingwei. He can start to try and run them down with his team if he so chooses, but instead plays it safe and just sticks with his team. The Phoenix stays standing for now.
I would prefer for them to go towards the Fire Giant.
Best not up yet, but Variety over the top. Zapman! Oh, the agility away from the snipe. Pretty Prime can't find the mark.
And Zapman might be able to try again, but he has to airstrike away from the finish. But Variety's one hit from death here. Looking in the water, it's Devios, he gets 1. Now he's looking for Ataraxia 2. Devios gets 2. Twig is out of the fight, meanwhile, on the right-hand side. And Eager keeps their Phoenix alive. The hopes of North America continue to stand. Well, we asked for Devios to step up this game, and Devios is stepping up right now. The Anubis is starting to bring the damage too. You can see it on the damage chart, just how much the Eager boys are putting into this one. They know they need it as Devios looks one. Then the damage is huge from the grasp, and Pandalite's going to fall. He's on his own. They will get 1 member. And the crowd erupts as now they turn back towards the Fire Giant.
A 50-second respawn timer. Captain Twig does have the Wrath and his ultimate. He's going to go up in the air right now, looking to steal the Fire Giant again.
Fire Giant reset though. Devios misses a pluck, and Devios comes down on a roar and disengages again. Meanwhile, the best and Devios are looking at Prime. Oh, the burst is good. And Eager, 21-17. They've only got to deal with Variety now, and now approaching Ataraxia. Eager, wisely, I feel, going back to base. Well, this time it's Obey on the back foot as a pluck hits Variety, rooted in place, knocked up as well. Not a lot of damage onto him, however, because a Shell Blade was used there potentially, but Devios forced to lurk in the waters once more.
Ataraxia getting low. The snipe's gonna hit multiple people. Divios is gonna get knocked up. No, it's DJ.
And now DJ's running for his life, as is Devios as well. Ataraxia and Variety will combine for Devios as DJ's on the left head. Aurora's now in trouble too. He's going to try and ban time. Obey! I've turned it again!
Nowhere to go.
2 members of Eager are left with the Fire Giant. The game will continue.
The only 2 left standing for Eager are the damage dealers. 20 seconds left on these respawn timers. So a decent amount of time, but probably not enough for Obey to look for the win.
And this Raw late game is going to heal for about 200 per tick.
Per tick, you heard it there. Gold Fury goes to Eager though.
Oh,
Can
no.
he find in the jungle? And then Ataraxia, maybe not. Sanctuary keeps him alive. Always in the sky. Panda's going to save him. Zap turns his attention to Panda on the left. Twig in the sky, though. And Ataraxia gets cleaned up completely, rather, by Devios.
So much used to try and save Ataraxia's life there. Obey just not ready for the aggression from Eager. Not in the right position. Always looking for the picks. Eager comes up big there.
It is a seesaw battle now in game 3. It really has continued to go back and forward. Nobody could call this one. Nobody right now. Twig gonna try and split push, take the tier 2 in mid, but he may need to come back soon to defend as Eager knock on the Phoenix's door.
Divios has a teleport. He's there defending the Eager base. Pull from Panda-like onto Aurora, taking a lot of damage. Panda-like, but Variety...
Zapman was pretty good there from Variety, but meanwhile Panda-like drops down to the laser beam of doom that was the best. And now, Devios rejoins the team with one less member to deal with. Maybe make that 2, as Twig is about to die as well. The Tremors are good, the crowd explodes, and the Phoenix goes down. They're thinking about ending?
They're thinking about it. They need this minion wave, but Ataraxia's up in 5 seconds. Divios lurking under the waters underneath the Titan.
I don't know if they can really do this right now, but they're going to try and force the issue. Eager have kept their hopes alive. They are still in this game. Best of 5, 1, 2, Obey. They had chances, Eager, they had chances, but at the end of the day, only one of them could take it there, and it was all Eager.
So resilient. That's the word that comes to mind when I think about Eager in that game. They lose the Fire Giant. They look like they've got the push. They lose 3 members. They lose their right side Phoenix, but it's always playing patient, and it's that red buff, just doing it, Ataraxia doing that red buff at the wrong time, gets picked off, and that opens the door for Eager to win the game.
Fantastic performance from Eager there. You better get yourselves comfortable because this is going to continue, and the analysts, they're going to have to talk to us about this game and the next as well.
Is it time to make Eager great again? I don't know, but the pressure is on, and in game 3, they answer back. North America's first seed managed to push a game 4, and I was at the edge of my seat that entire game. Hindu said it best, it was a seesaw the entire time. A roller coaster of emotion, a glass cage, if you will, to quote Anchorman.
To be 2-0 down, and your team asks you, what do you want for the mid lane? And best to say, give me the Anubis after that game 1 performance is incredible. What courage, what desire to win, and Eager here have a shot again.
All right, well, it all comes down to execution, folks. Who will come out on top? Will we see a game 5 from Team Eager and Obey, or will Obey shut it out right here and punch their ticket to tomorrow's grand finals? It's time to get hyped, folks, as we send it over to our casters.
Keep an eye on how the best performs on that. But left-hand side, there's a train, and the train is met Ataraxia. He's doing his best to live. The Supernova did nothing for him. He jukes the portal, though, but he can't juke the unstable Vortex. And instead, First Blood, the way of Eager.
And I love the timing. Nothing up on the right-hand side for Obey to steal away.
Well, right now, the goal queue is started up by Obey here. Obviously, they're going to be respectful of space and time, fired early, right in the sky. Looking to burst this one down. Obey will get it. But still, DJ is waiting around as Panda drops a great ring. And DJ could be in a bit of trouble there. He's not careful. He's going to retreat, but Zapman is doing work once more. And Captain Twig's in trouble still, but standing tall. Everybody's still alive, and Obey on the chase.
Beautiful ult for their Variety on the backside. He teleported in. He's up in the air, hovering. Death, 5 best.
Oh, and he gets through the pole to safety. Well, First Blood to Eager. First Gold Fury to Obey. At 8 minutes in, you can see it's relatively even, ever so slightly. Favor of Obey is the best. Eats a bird bomb, and maybe Panda-like will get some return. Oh! Prime caught him good. Best use of Paul, had no escape. The ultimate and the chain lightning, ding dang done.
And the Giannis used the portal. He had no escape aside from to get out.
Ricochet from Zapman hits Twig, but Twig still picks up the red. But here comes a cavalry charge, stunning 2. The Suns are good as well. Ring is down from Panda-like, but it's not enough to save his teammate Captain Twig.
Variety.
DJ's in the sky right now as the portal drops Panda through it, but Panda's still up and Panda's still alive.
Oh, the dash gets blocked by Ataraxia as well. Panda-like's out, thanks to the blink.
He's gonna go down now, I think, here. And Zapman will leap onto him and pick him up.
Pretty Prime's next, slowed by DJ Perticus. Portal in from Best, through space in time. 4 down down for Obey.
And it's a 5-1 lead for Eager. Now they head to the enemy jungle. Well, the second Gold Fury has spawned, and Obey goes straight back to it now, starting this one up, trying to burst it down.
It's time
comes through, hits onto Ataraxi, the portal. The rat is still in the sky though, and the rat comes down into the ring, looking to clean up Panda like. Zeusel is good for damage, but not enough to stop them. And now Eager push on.
Pretty Prime, nowhere to go, actually trades himself out. But Divios picks up the double. At least they get one, though. Obey able to pick up Best and the Gold Fear.
However, Panda needs to play this Odin perfectly in the mid lane, otherwise the team of Eager is going to get out every single time.
Well, now Obey is trying to force it in the mid lane now, and they're going to force it out to the Best, who's already low, but the Sanctuary's keeping him up. Zapman's rotation will keep Pretty Prime at bay for now, and they'll go back at it, but Twig is chasing Best through the jungle right now. Thanatos hovering, Death comes down, but not going to find the target. Instead, the target is Eager's, and the target was Prime. On the back of the fight, Twig now surrounded.
Nowhere to go for Twig. He's going to fall as well. Zapman picks up his second. Divios is making the impact that Eager needs. 3-0-3 for the young solo laner.
And talking about Pretty Prime there, Zeus getting a bit more farm. Well, at the moment, I spoke too soon. They're going to go back to the Gold Fury now, thinking they have an opportunity, but Eager's here to respond once more. Push back Obey. The ricochet. Yeah, I'll let the crowd do the talking on that one. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Max range. That's just that, man. You know, comfortable on the world stage.
That's why they're playing so passively. They know how important this next engagement could be.
Looking at Zapman, is Twig there. The pin did not cripple him, and now they're going to turn to Twig, who ults himself for the heal. But the collapse is even better here. The heal comes through, and still Twig will survive. Space and time from Best was used. DJ's using his ult too. DJ picks him up, but there may be a chance for Obey.
Nowhere for DJ to go, but the shell is good. Panda taking a lot of damage. DJ very low. The Sanctuary Prime is here,
but Devios will stop that from happening. Devios will go to the backside, and Prime will not have any say in this game whatsoever, says Devios. 2 for 1, and Eager push on.
He's still going. 2-man knockup, 3-man root. Divios doing it all underneath the tower for Eager.
And now Eager have to wait for a few minions here for a second, but what a great little play. It was Twig looking for a little bit of aggression onto Zapman that got completely switched on his head.
And here it comes, is that sustain from Guan Yu. It's the oh so important heals, that conviction. This is the time where it's happening because that heal is maxed out for Aurora, even more impactful than before. Now, tier 1 tower on the left-hand side falls. Gold Fury next on the list.
He went straight to Prime and went, no, you are not getting involved in this fight whatsoever, my friend. Took him out, and now Variety falls down. Devios is out of the fight. Obey back in it. Aurora, ricochet from Zapman. Double proc is good, and Zap's doing the dance. But Twig will make sure that doesn't happen. Now trapped in the ring, though, is Aurora, and Ataraxia with the support. Twig he'll help, but DJ's here too, and the Acorns come up big.
But now Pretty Prime is here. The Chain Lightning, the detonate, not quite enough. The portal from Best gets his jungler out of danger.
For the Gold Fury is the real target now, and Obey, they are going to get this for free. The third one of the game going to go their way here.
We only saw the tail end of that engagement in the middle lane, but Captain Twig was able to get the Sanctuary from Best and force him away. I'll hold that thought.
Twig's in a bit of trouble here, going to get thrown back into danger of Zapman, but the Zeusel is going to force back Eager for a second. The ring is good to allow Twig in our danger as Panda sits and it's still. Zapman, though, is doing work over the wall as DJ will take out Panda-like, and the boys of Eager's reinforcements of Giannis are here. Zapman still running for his life with Aurora chasing him, looking to heal.
There's DJ, he finds Pretty Prime, double kill for DJ Pernicus. Ataraxia fighting for his life. He's not going to be able to find it. Variety now on the run, stunned away by DJ and picked up by Zapman. Only Captain Twig left alive. 5 members strong for Eager.
Well, Obey pushed up into enemy jungle there for a second. Ricochet this time from Zapman won't hit home, but Devio straight towards Prime again. And Prime is being targeted down one more time. The Wearer of Rage and Steel will slow for a second, but it won't stop him. DJ's looking towards Prime again, though, potentially.
He's looking for it. He's going to find him. 2-man knockup, actually. Prime Drops the ultimate, trying to get all his damage off before he falls, but he's still standing.
Oh, not lodging up though, is the best will clean him up. Round the back comes DJ, but Variety picks up DJ and Raw falls as well. And now Divios is surrounded, only damage dealers left. And the portal from Best buys him a moment's notice.
In fact, he almost killed Variety, forced out the Sanctuary, but Panda like the Wrath forward directly into the Wrath from Divios.
The Wrath from Divios will keep him alive. Twig gonna chase back in again though. The pin is good, and Divios is still in trouble. Zap's trying to support one more time with the best.
No
and Divios
way.
is still alive until Variety turns up and hits him in the back of the head. That man showed so much experience with Hou-Yi then. He uses the mark of the crow and just aims it through the wall to check if anyone's hanging around the corner. And there was
Space and
people
time.
stood there waiting. Space and time hits. But the Fire Giant is going to go to Obey. And Obey are back in this. But Variety's not. He's in base.
Sacrifices himself for the Fire Giant, but it might not be the only one. Ataraxia running for his life. DJ just waiting for him.
And he's going to fall down too. The crowd erupts as Ataraxia falls 20-9. 3 members Obey with the Fire Giant against the 5-member team of Eager barreling down the mid lane.
Looking for the cage on the front side, forced to jump away. Good poke though by Pretty Prime is going to dissuade Eager from stepping up.
Obey are still trying to force it in the mid lane right now as the ring is good, the Zeus ult is good, but once again Divios is there, as is DJ Pernicus. Variety takes out Aurora. Variety with a double kill for the portal.
Great portal there from Best. DJ's going to pick up Panda-like as well. Twig stuck there, double knock up Variety. It comes to help, but now he may be dead as well. Best able to pick him up.
And it's only Captain Twig left. He's running for his life. He's Pooch by his side. But meanwhile, down to mid lane goes Eager. They could potentially end here.
They could. They've got the Fire Wave behind them, but it's a ways behind them, though. The respawn timers from Obey, extremely long, 27 seconds.
They're going to try and
until
end.
Captain Twig
like
gets the help.
Though.
Do you reckon this is a throw fun?
I don't know, we'll see.
Captain Twig, his 3rd year at the World Championships. One of the only European player to do that. Has to keep Eager at bay. And actually, Eager seeing his face there was just enough for him to go, actually, let's not.
Have you seen the way he stares at the camera? He probably just came around the corner with that look on his face, and he was like, whoa, dude, all right, chill. The focus has been on the Zeus, and at this point in the game, the focus really should be on the Soul, so if Eager don't recognize that, they could
Here
be
we
in trouble.
go again. The ring is down. Divios is out of it for now, but they're looking at Divios on the left-hand side. The execution is good. Variety with 1. Prime still needs help, though, once again. And he's getting it this time round. The boys of Obey pick up 1 as Panda forces Eager back on the right. Looking to defend it as Eager come in. Let's listen to Eager as they look to defend the Fire Giant.
Wait time.
They're gonna get it.
They're gonna get it. We find it all.
They're going on DJ.
I'm okay. Maybe. They're chasing him. We need help him. They got it. They got it now. I'm up in 6 seconds with TP.
They're chasing you guys. They're like right behind.
I'm probably dead.
They're like behind.
Well, I'm up now. I need just a lot, but I'm probably dead. I'm up now. I'm TP.
I shot you.
Saul's in the back. Saul's in the back. Can you guys just live? Just live. I'm here. I'm here now. We need to just live.
Obey get the Fire Giant, and you heard the comms there. They knew they got it. The Meditate used by Aurora, as now the siege begins for Obey this time.
DJ just not in the right position there. You can hear, like you said, Hindu, they have it. They have the Fire Giant, but DJ sticks around, gets picked off. The good news is Ataraxia thought he hit the slow and was trying to ult Aurora.
Pin on Divios, and Divios is getting bursted pretty heavy there. The Suns from Zapman keeps him up though, and the Raging Steel is pretty good to do some work, but Variety again. Thanatos takes him, but Thanatos falls down to the might of the Titan.
Right-hand Phoenix falls, though, to Ataraxia and the rest of Obey. Variety able to pick him up. Oh, it was a bait! Aurora rocked right
one
into
more
them!
time, and Aurora is still alive. The Chain Lightning bounced to the best 2, and that's going to force him back as well, but the bait wasn't good enough to find a kill just there.
DJ on the right-hand side. Fire Giant only on for another 20 seconds. Eager's done a good job of waiting this out. Aurora's done waiting, though. He's going in on Variety.
And the ring was premature from Panda there. He didn't really find a home. Divios, though, he's on the front line alone, and he may take a bit more punishment than he wanted. The Meditate will buy him a moment as the heavens wave.
Haunted back in. Divios, though, throws Captain Twig deeper. The through space and time not there, but DJ Pernicus picks up Variety on the backside.
And now Twig is going to be in trouble, too. Eager get that one as well. Obey have to turn tail for them set for like 15th time this game. And back on defensive duty, the game will continue. Very difficult here is blinking from Panda like to force them back again. The ring was good and the portal out from Eager was even better, but it was the through space and time ult for ult trade. The Phoenix is only at half right now.
Ataraxia used his ult as well, but Lightning Storm still available and Shell is down for Aurora, so you can see they're going to be looking for that Lightning Storm ultimate to kind of dissuade them off this Phoenix.
But the second Phoenix staying standing is so important to both teams, and both teams have done great work at holding it, but DJ got spotted going up, and Obey fall back.
Obey has to. Panda like the only one who is in variety up in the sky, not able to find the execute. Lightning Storm on the
Divio
Divio.
springs in two, and Panda Light drops. Captain Twig drops. The front line of Obey are dead right now, and Eager are knocking on the Phoenix's door.
Pretty Prime still alive though. Divio's very low. Ataraxia playing pretty aggressive, stepping up there to try and defend the Phoenix. He cannot do so. Right side Phoenix falls in favor of Eager.
And straight to the mid lane goes Eager. They're trying to decide whether they can end or do they go for the third Phoenix as well.
Still 45 seconds left until the front line for Obey respawns.
Base that goes off. Eager, we're 2-0 down. Eager are North America's one of the only hopes they've got left. And they are still in this one right now. We're going to a game 5 in the first semi-final of the Season 3 World Championships of Smite.
Wow. Eager. What a battle between these two teams. So evenly matched. Obey looked so dominant through the first 2 games. And then in game 3, looks like they'd be able to pull it out again. But Eager holds strong on defense. Obey cannot break the base.
Well, boys and girls, we got a shootout because it's now a best of 1 for all intensive purposes. We'll head over to the analysts so they can break down just how crazy that game 4 was.
Even thinking about the road to this point, right? Neither Obey nor Eager had felt this kind of pressure, right? I think Obey, a lot of people wrote them off in the beginning. You know, that was a big storyline heading into this tournament. Then they just start shutting people down, and win after win, they go out 2-0, and they haven't really felt that like final game pressure. Neither has Eager in this particular competition. For Eager, this is the spot, I would say, the semifinals where they envisioned themselves being at. For Obey, like, I'm sure they believed in themselves, but this is it right here. It all comes down to this. Game 5, Eager from North America, Obey from Europe. Who will come out on top and who's gonna ban out what first? This is it. It all comes down to this. Who do you got, guys?
I want to see NA.
All right,
First
Taco's
blood.
got NA. What about for you, Suntouch?
I want to see you win, but Team Eager, I think they're going to take it. I love their draft. I like how they've developed it, and unfortunately, I'm going to have to throw my hat on Team Eager here.
Ooh, all right, guys. Well, this is it. Get hyped in the crowd. It's game 5. The throwdown begins. Who comes out on top? Will it be Eager? Will it be Obey? Casters, over to you.
It would not be the World Championships, and it would not be a semi-final at the World Championships if it wasn't a Game 5 involved.
We had to know this was coming. Even when Obey looked so great for the first 2 games, we had to know that this would happen. It's the semifinals of the World Championship. This happens every year.
And take yourselves back to year 1 at Worlds as well, the finals. Titan, Pretty Prime, and Ataraxia were 2 games down. They fought back against that cognitive team to get themselves 2-2. They are on the mirror of this story right now. We were listening, we were talking to Judd Picks and Bands, and you turned around to me and said, you think Eager's got this now. Why?
I feel like DVL's played so comfortable on that Jing 10. He's got that, he's ready to go in. Zatman's pumped as well. They took the Ymir off Farity. I think that was a really good strat. And I feel like Best is going to play on this Anubis, and I feel like he's going to go off.
I do feel like Obey have had to go very deep in their god pools as this tournament has gone on here, especially in this 5-man set against Eager. And Eager, meanwhile, they still seem to be sticking to their traditional, what they brought for most of the tournament. And as we hear, at the Cobb Energy Center in Atlanta, just so you know, local time, this set started at 1:30, and it is currently just past 5 here in the event. That just shows how long this set has gone on, and that's a lot of pressure on these boys to play at this level for so long.
That man doesn't want to let it go, but he doesn't really have much of a choice. Panda-like is here. Aurora finds the freeze, but it's the Zeus ultimate coming down on top of Ymir. Best, he's the lighthouse, but doesn't have quite enough damage. Pretty Prime gets a kill there, 2 the way of Obey.
And it was 2 free kills, so pretty much 1 ultimate. That's all that was used was Prime's ultimate there. Didn't have to force anything too much. They just set him up and he went, thanks very much.
The shell never even got popped there from Aurora. He never got the chance to get it off. Obey get 2 kills. They get the boards. They get the Gold Fury as well. But it's enough to dissuade Eager from going on top of it. Captain Twig actually cancels his Brutalize. Running in a circle. Rush Twig can't go fast enough. DJ able to pick up the kill.
Maybe it's because he went tank boost as well.
Could be. Well, he's ganking the right-hand side right now on Devios. And he goes for a nice little tumble down to Variety, who picks up that kill. So Twig gets himself straight back in the game.
In the lead, even despite that pass.
Twig goes in mid lane there, a little bit aggressive, looking for a pick. And he picks up Aurora. And Aurora will take a tumble down to Prime. But in comes DJ trying to make something happen. Sadly, not going to be the case.
No sustain on Eager's side this time around, except for that meditation from Variety. He's level 13, picked up a second relic already. Wrath is up for Captain Twig, but the pull is on to Aurora.
And they want Devios, and Devios is low, and Devios is dead, but round the back comes DJ Pernicus as the boys of Obey march forward. Aurora could be the focal point here for the team of Obey, and Aurora is running away from the pup that is Variety and his friends.
Pretty Prime just doing it all right now for Obey. 4-0-1 for the mid laner. Already level 13, another Gold Fury going the way of Obey.
We saw his relic usage in the last engagement, nicely timed, to allow him to clean up Devios, who's being focused again.
Little bit of aggression still on the Devios, using it, but Aurora around the backside. There goes the dishwasher. Devios tosses Panda-like into the wall. One-man knockup. It's only Panda-like, but there's the ultimate from both.
But he's still alive.
And Aurora, how is he still alive?
He absorbs all that damage, and it comes to naught for Eager. Eager used 4 ultimates, and they don't even get a single kill.
Just the initiations is the thing. Captain Twig now gonna jump in immediately. Best uses that ultimate, but he's just waiting it out, picks him up into the lightning storm. Kepri ultimate onto Twig. He doesn't even need it. He's gonna pick up the Best.
And DJ in the sky, but the tower's already down, and Obey are 7-1 in the lead now. The speed buff on the right is up, and Captain Twig's gonna be there to deny DJ from even trying to go for it.
There it is, the jump, the stun, the wrap. DJ needs the sanctuary, trying to trade out, got the stun, just able to
Is he gonna do it?
No!
He's gonna do it! He dives in and picks it up!
Twig still running, he's got the speed buff. No, Twig, don't back there, you're out. Just keep running through the tower.
No, he's through!
No
One more time over the wall! And Eager can't get him. Zapman, he wants to chase. It looks like he's gonna go for it. He needs a shot, and he's not gonna find it at the end. In comes Variety to help get his jungler away.
That is just heartbreaking if you're rooting for Eager. Captain Twig absolutely getting away with murder there. Luckily, Eager groups up, pushes down this right-hand tower, it looks like, but all the while, Obey fighting in the mid lane, while Variety goes for a ride.
Against the world he is right now in 3 members of Eager, and I think he was looking to trade that out, but he will fall down here at the end. Even with meditation, he won't have enough time to get the transformations back up.
But Obey gets a tier 2 tower in middle. Not only is that 1,500 gold into Obey's favor, pushing that lead dangerously close to that 10,000 gold difference, but you're making that already difficult to play and difficult position Anubis have less places to run in the map. Twig is playing so well. It's not about the adapting style Fenrir where he's doing 1,000,000 damage and killing everyone. It's about getting relics, getting those timers, and then looking for the engage. We saw him do it in the middle lane against Best, gets the ult, gets the purification, then next time comes in, picks him up in the Ragnarok, and that opens up the map.
Well, here comes Zapman again, looking at Ataraxia, but Zapman took a big brunt of damage, and Captain Twig will clean him up. We will salute you, Twig, as he's about to potentially fall down. No, that's still alive again.
DJ can't find it, the brutalized DJ falls Ataraxia, now it's Aurora running for his life. Nowhere to go, taunted back in, Variety able to pick it up. 3 dead for Eager.
And the tier 1 tower on the right will fall as well. Only 2 towers and 3 phoenixes stand between Obey and the Titan that will take him to the World Championships.
Ataraxia is just doing so much damage right now for Obey. He just waited, and now finally makes the rotation over to the right-hand side and makes a big impact.
The Cronus is ahead. This is what we needed. We didn't need the Sol Waves, just passive. We needed the early aggression and the 16k XP up.
Devio teleports in, trying to slow them down, but walks into an army, and another member of Eager falls as this Fire Giant is still being done. Zapman is not on his way, it seems. They're going to give this one up, and allow Obey the free Fire Giant.
Ever since that first engagement on the left-hand side, like you mentioned, where he gets picked off for free, he's had an absolutely unbelievable game, stepping up when they need him most.
Well, Eager are going to try and do their best to stop, but Twig is having none of that. He picks up Aurora and brings him back like a dog, like a bone. Next on the list is DJ, who jumps in, trying to slow them down.
Prime!
The boys of Eager are going to be pushed back in the base by Prime and the Zeus ultimate.
Just too much damage. Divio's barely able to escape by the skin of his teeth, but Ataraxia still full health, swinging at these Phoenixes. Left one already down, middle Phoenix as well. 13-2, Obey absolutely dominant.
And now the final Phoenix stands between Obey and the Titan 2. Devios trying to slow them down, but Devios is dead again. The magical damage is too much as Twig stands in front of 3, and he doesn't care right now as Panda Light will keep him alive once more.
Still 5 members of Obey here at the Titan. 4 members here for Eager. The wall off from Aurora keeps them out of the Titan room for now, but it looks like, oh, Prime almost finds him.
And Zapman gets caught too, forced to purify away back to base. Variety still looking at DJ here as the boys of Obey are looking to just farm Eager in their spawn room.
Aurora now taking a ton of damage. The wall comes out, but the Titan, it's falling too fast. Obey Alliance, they're going to the finals!
Europe claims first blood! And right now, there you have it, Obey Alliance, a team that was formed at the start of the year of renegades, of randos, put together by Ataraxia and Pretty Prime, and now they're the first European finalists.
Unbelievable. This is a team that wasn't even projected to make Worlds. No one had faith in them at Super Regionals, but now here they are, ready to go to the 2017 World Finals.
Absolute beautiful performance from them, but give credit where it's due to Team Eager, because they put on one hell of a show today for you all. They've worked hard all year long. They're a team that have started this year and got on better and better as time has gone.
Just an amazing will to fight back there by Eager. They almost did it, but by the end of by the game 5, just from the get-go, Pretty Prime able to get fed, and you called it right at the beginning, Fun Ball. You were looking at Pretty Prime on this first pick, Zeus, to make the difference, and he certainly did.
And for now, we're going to go ahead, toss it over to the stage with the one and only F.
Talk to me about how easy you made it look. What's it like to snap back that hard after dropping 2 games?
It was pretty rough, you know. Speaking of it being a 6 set, by the way, I did tweet that yesterday. I said I can't wait for it. It's going to be literally a 6 set, and then unfortunately half the players on both teams are actually really sick. Thank you, Barracuda. No, it's really unique to be in that position, because the last time we had a best of 5 go that long, I was in the opposite position. So we were Titan against Cog Prime in the finals, and then we lost 2, then won 2, and then unfortunately lost the 5th. And I'm glad it repeated this time. I'm on the right side of it this time, yeah.
Bonus analysis. It's a shame to me this Eager comp is remembered as bad, or as the comp that lost them the World Championship. Like, it's historically been known as that Anubis comp. Because Eager were a really smart team. They had been setting the meta all year before this, and for them to pick this at semis, it must have worked somewhere, and it must have worked really well. This wasn't some last minute randomly made up thing. This was planned out, and this was their main plan coming in to win Worlds. I mean, these Deathball comp can work really well. We saw Armada beat the first seed rival in last year's MSI with what looks like a cheese comp with Erlang Shen mid, but it works. They knew this had potential, so, you know, where did it go wrong? Let's first look at how this comp is supposed to work on paper. It works by just blowing you out early. You invade every single buff ever, and if they ever try and fight you 3v3, then they're gonna lose because your 3v3 is insane. I mean, they picked, what, Cabrakan, Anubis, Erlang? Like, Cabrakan can sit there and tremor. Anubis just does Anubis things, face rolls his buttons, and they win those fights. The other team comes into the mid-game team fights and they're like 5 or 6k down, and then when you fight around Goldfear in the mid-game, you've got a Terra sat in the solo lane giving you the best ult in the game from across the map, while Tyr just sits there on his ass doing nothing. It basically means the other team doesn't have a chance and the game's over in like 25 minutes. And you saw this strategy start to work. The first kill onto Ataraxia showed the level of control Eager had over the jungle, because DJ was stood there for ages with no pressure to spot him or chase him off. It all looked so good. So where did it all go wrong? Well, it all mainly comes down to Obey's response, and you can split that into kind of two categories. The first is their PvE response, so how they play the map, how they play the buffs. And Obey did this to perfection. This is as good as it gets. Obey saw Eager taking all their buffs, and all they heard in their head was, "It's free real estate." They just traded buffs across the map, whereas a lot of less confident teams would have just sat back and kind of let it happen. They had zero hesitation in totally splitting the map, and they took advantage of all the space that Eager had given them by proxy farming at level 1. If you just sit back and watch them take everything, against this comp you lose. It's just that simple. Their lead gets out of control and then you get absolutely cock-slapped by an Anubis at your back camps. It's no fun, but Obey were fearless and they adapted really quickly, insanely quickly, within the first minute of the first game, picking up this new style pretty much instantly. They also handled the PvP side really well. I mentioned that Eager's 3v3 mid jungle support combo was big and scary. So how do you beat that? How do you beat a death ball comp like this? Well, you make an even bigger death ball of your own. It's like how you can put out a massive fire by setting off a bomb next to it. You need something bigger to just blow it out the water. If you can't beat them at their game, then beat them at yours. And this is where the flying scouser variety comes in. Let's watch this 3v3. This engagement is perfect for Obey. This is literally the perfect fight for them. This is what you dream of. 3-man Kraken, 4-man Silver, but they just don't have the damage to punch through. The early shell by DJ meant that they were just never going to win that fight until a big fat Tyr comes flying over the top and makes the difference. It's that extra bit of damage offered by Variety. Doesn't matter how good your 3v3 comp is, you lose 4v3, and as soon as Variety starts getting involved, the 4v4 fights just aren't nearly as strong for Eager. And this is where Divios' pick comes into it. As mentioned earlier, the Terra pick made sense on paper. If you're fighting around the right side of the map, the solo lane having a massive game-changing ult while staying in lane is an amazing boon. And it really should have been strong for them, which is why you saw them pick it 2 games in a row. But there's the other side of the coin to that. Guardians losing pressure in solo is nothing new. That happens pretty much every single time you run a Guardian in solo. Most of them don't lose lane so badly that they just get totally blown out. But Terra is the exception to this. With enough levels, she is a brilliant solo pick and can handle herself really well, but early in the game, she isn't just bad, she is atrocious, maybe the worst in the game other than someone like Ares. A god like Tyr will doo-doo on her, which gives Variety the time to rotate as far and quickly as he did. If they had just a little more pressure in solo, Variety wouldn't have had nearly the room that he did to rotate as freely as he did. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that other Guardians would have pressure in their lane against a Tyr, they wouldn't, but they wouldn't be blown out so badly that this happens. By this point the game was just basically lost. The momentum is totally gone and you have gods like Anubis and Cabrakan who just need to be on the front foot. They cannot be the ones getting engaged on, especially Anubis. Like, look what happens when he gets engaged on. He stands there and dies. This is why gods like Nike and Tyr are so good, because they don't give a shit. They will just dive in and pop you. Like, let's play the game count the cooldowns used on a Nike. I mean, she comes in here and there's what? Terra ult, Anubis Wrap, Anubis 3, Erlang Turtle, Ulla Jump. Meanwhile, the best in the back is just dying. It's just like, this is a team comp that cannot fight like this. They need to be the ones attacking or they lose. The second point to me was the best build. If you describe it on paper, it makes a lot of sense. You've got Pythags that gives you lifesteal, which Anubis loves, bit of health to make him less easy to kill, and it makes their 3v3 fight even stronger. It gets that passive, gets Cabrakan swinging early, and gets a support Erlang hitting like a truck too. He also picked up that helmet that gives flat penetration and a good bit of protection against the Nike. This all makes sense on paper. You've got an Anubis that's stronger in the early game than he usually is, less easy to kill. What more could you want? Well, I just think there are a lot of better options here. The lack of boots first on one of the slowest and the least mobile mage in the game other than like Apuash made him just a sitting duck. And it made him scared to rotate because he could just be walked down by any member of Obey. Like if Variety finds him in the jungle without boots, he just kills him, 100-0, it's that simple. But the most important bit to me was the lack of real damage meant that Anubis, who should be one of the scariest, highest damaging gods in the game, just wasn't doing much damage. And when Anubis isn't doing damage, then what is he doing? It made the follow-up on all their initiations so awkward because he just didn't have the stopping power to blow up the gods like they intended. Compare this to Pretty Prime, who built Spear second on Poseidon. He just pops that Terra like she wasn't even there, and that's a Guardian. Poseidon doesn't even use Spear as well as Anubis does, but without that Spear, he didn't have the scary Anubis damage that you're looking for, and without that fear factor, the whole of Obey could just dunk on him as they please. So yeah, I think it was a sound strategy, which is why they tried to force it so much, but it just went a bit wrong in a couple of bits of execution, but it also came down to Obey handling it as perfectly as he possibly could. What I hate seeing is people giving the best grief for this. I really highly doubt there's a situation where he's like, I want to pick Anubis, and they're all like, no Best, please don't do it. This is a team strategy they'd planned. This is what they all planned together as a team. Just because he's playing the weird god doesn't mean it's his fault. So yeah, that's just my take on it anyway. Let me know if you enjoy this sort of thing. Rate, comment, subscribe, share on Bebo and Dig and MySpace, and see you in the next one.